Hey guys, nice to see you guys again this Friday. How was your guys trading yesterday? There was a huge pump in the XRP price and also in ETH BTC. We are getting started. It's time. It's already 11 a.m. here in the US and 3 p.m. UTC. So let's get started. There was a news yesterday saying that XRP winning the lawsuit, and the U.S. court defines it is not a security. So today I invite Jay to talk about like what does it mean, and what should we do in the current situation. So let's welcome Jay. Hey Jay, you muted yourself.
Sorry about that. Hey guys, how is everybody doing? Welcome to the Pinex live stream. Nice to see you guys all here. Let me get a hello in the chat if you guys are here. I see Boyles is here. What's up, Luca, Marcin? Welcome, guys. We changed the time a little bit earlier today, but we'll be back to our regular time starting next week. So a lot, pretty big news coming in yesterday with the XRP. The judge determining XRP is not a security. So, of course, we're going to be talking about that and then looking at some charts, basically going into what I think about this news and how this news is going to be impacting, the crypto market, Bitcoin, altcoin, and what kind of opportunities will this news bring out. So we're going to get into that a little bit. And of course, we're also doing a XRP giveaway in celebration of XRP winning the lawsuit and pumping the crypto market. So we're going to be giving you guys the rules for that a little bit later on. Hey, Torsten. Hey, Scorpion from Jersey. We're also in Jersey. So our neighbors, you guys are neighbors. So welcome, guys. And hey, Lon, 50 XRP, yes sir. And let me guys let me know what you guys prefer. Do you guys prefer us to split up the XRP into like for more to give out to more of you guys, or do you guys just want one winner? What would you guys prefer? Put it in the chat. Let us know because we want to see what you guys prefer and we can change it based on that. And as always, drop a like and subscribe to the channel just for the YouTube algorithm so more people get access to this alpha in this video. And we can also grow the Pinex community as well. So be sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the channel. And we really do appreciate that. Split more people. All right, okay, cool. We're gonna do split anyways, but I don't know. Sometimes people just like that big one person win the 50 XRP, but if you guys want to split it, we can split it. That is not an issue at all. All right, we're just gonna wait a couple more minutes and see who else will be joining. Let me see. But how is everybody doing today? Did you guys get some good trades with the XRP pump and all the altcoins pumping yesterday? Let me know what you guys been trading and if you guys were actually being able to profit off that news dropping yesterday. All right, let me share my screen. Give me a second. And grab some water.
Okay. Gonna talk a lot today. Okay.
Marcin, why the sad face? I guess Marcin
Didn't catch the opportunity
he didn't catch
yesterday.
it. I guess so. I don't know. Oh, completely missed it. Only started it about 8 hours ago. A breakdown grid of almost. Yeah, Luca, that's what I'm talking about. Broke out of the grid for most of the bots. Now you got to reset the range. And Marcin, sorry to hear that, man. It's all good. I was in a meeting when I saw the XRP news drop. So honestly, I missed most of the pump too. It is what it is. It happens. But we're gonna see if we still have some opportunity to get in today. I guess the altcoin portfolio I shared with you guys last week, right? I told you guys I was getting into some altcoin portfolios because of just because I think I told you guys a month ago on the live stream, just because like prices are dropping 50% due to the SEC lawsuit, and I thought it was just overdone, right? So I was, of course, getting into that. I'm going to share with you guys how that's performing today. It's obviously not as great as just XRP only, but I do have XRP in that portfolio. So right now it's up 37% from when I did talk about this. I think last week it was only up 11% too. But if you guys are if you guys are interested in that, this is basically up 37%. I mean, a lot of these were the coins that SEC were saying that they are securities. So I guess I picked a fuck the SEC portfolio. Excuse that. But I got ADA, XRP, and Matic, and Filecoin. Those were all picked by the SEC as securities. But with this news, that is most likely not going to be upheld, and we're going to talk about that more. All right, so let's get started. Let's talk about some stuff. All right, so first thing, major thing we're going to cover. Did XRP win or lose in court, right? So XRP, as everyone knows, has been in a lawsuit against the SEC for the past 2 years, starting in 2020. And of course, the whole lawsuit was that the SEC was also suing them because they were going to be labeled as a security. And due to that, a lot of the U.S. exchanges actually delisted Ripple, right? Coinbase delisted it. I think Binance, Kraken, everybody delisted it because they were just scared of the SEC coming after them if they were to sell Ripple, which the SEC said this is a security. So Ripple, of course, sued them in court, right, in the Southern District Court of New York. And after 2 years of a grueling process, Ripple got a huge win, right? Ripple, the judge said, Ripple is not a security in the sense that if it's traded on, so some of the rules, right? If it's traded on exchanges programmatically, and that like basically it was selling to investors like you and me, or just like they don't know who they're selling to, then it cannot be labeled as a security. But on the institutional side, so Ripple also did some sales to institutions, right? That is considered a security sale. So it's kind of like two sides of it. So, but the side that we really care about is the exchange side, right? So for us, for retail investors buying and selling Ripple, that is not considered a security. But for Ripple to sell a big amount to, like, let's say a VC or a large accredited investor, because they have an expectation of profit, then that is considered a security. But that doesn't really matter to us as much. That just kind of screws over all the VCs that have been, picking up altcoins that do ICO and things like that. And then kind of dumping on retail, right? So that is actually, not too, it will be, a constraint to projects raising money, but we didn't like the VCs buying up all these cheap coins and then dumping on retail when they get listed on exchange anyways. So I don't see how that is much of a bad thing. So basically, the U.S. District Judge Annalisa Torres said the main reasoning was that institutional investors were more likely to be aware of XRP's security-like traits when being pitched Ripple. But so-called programmatic investors, so people who are just buying XRP directly on an exchange, like retail traders, weren't clued in. So that means that Ripple being sold on exchanges is not a security. And that is the main apart. And for those of you, who don't know what Ripple is, right? Ripple is a project that is started by back in like 2013, and its main purpose is to act like a better version of Bitcoin, but just for transferring money, because it's quicker and it's more centralized. So the Ripple Foundation controls like a big portion of it, and they have a whole corporation structure around it. So this actually was the most centralized project versus all the other, I would say, like Ethereum or ADA or even Solana, right? Because they literally have a corporation running the Ripple, the XRP project. So to really get down into it, right? If Ripple was considered not a security, then those that were considered a security by the SEC in the previous, let's say, 2 months. So like ADA, Matic, Solana, Filecoin, right? Then these are definitely, I don't want to say like 100%, but very high probability that they are also not classified as securities, right? Just because of how centralized Ripple is, and the court found that Ripple is not a security. And of course, you guys can obviously look at the charts and how much everything else pumped just because of this Ripple news. Ripple, I think yesterday at the highest point, it was up 100%. And that's pretty insane. But I do think Ripple deserves it for winning this case. And it's a pretty landmark case, and this will be I think this will be one of the points in history that gets talked about when we look back, I guess 10 years in the future from a point of crypto regulation. And we're gonna go into some charts, but just to cover some other news before we get into that. Just going over some stuff real quick that I was going to talk about, that I had planned to talk about, but that's the Ripple factor. The Ripple news kind of just overtook all of that. So some other news that I want to cover really quickly, just so you guys know, because we always want to make you guys aware of everything that is happening and every factor that can affect your trading. So Binance executive exits one of their top regulatory heads, the chief compliance executive and counsel departs Binance, right? So this is a lot of people are comparing this to kind of the pre-FTX vibes when what was that guy's name? I forgot. One of the co-CEOs for FTX. I forgot his name. Sam, I think. It's another Sam. It's not Bankman-Fried. But he left FTX stating he just wanted to get away and go on a boat and travel. And then a lot of these finance executives has been exiting after the SEC and CFTC basically came after Binance, and then also in France, also in Australia. So just a web of regulatory action, right? And these Binance executives are just like, I'm out of here. This is maybe getting too much. So this is having a lot of people concerned about their funds on Binance. So I don't know. I don't want to tell you guys what to do, but I'm just telling you guys there has been some FUD or some news against this. I don't know how legitimate it is, but of course, always keep your funds safe. So if you guys are on Binance, just be aware of what's happening there. And you should move your funds to Pinex instead. But also, what else has happened is Vanguard bought $560 million worth of Bitcoin mining stocks. So it's pretty surprised to see this. I mean, a little bit, right? But institutional clients, institutional banks and investors basically have been getting into crypto by the doves in the past month. We see plenty Vanguard, Fidelity. Actually, I don't know Vanguard, but Fidelity, BlackRock filing for the ETFs. And now Vanguard is actually buying Bitcoin mining stocks. Like, what are the chances of everyone getting into crypto all at once, right? So another positive factor, another fundamental factor driving the Bitcoin adoption. They're actually just buying Bitcoin stocks, right? Now, this is another token of institutional interest and as well as backing for the crypto space. So this is also very positive news. That is a positive bullish sign for crypto in general. In other news, Coinbase CEO and executives sell $6.9 million worth of Coinbase shares. So Coinbase, if you guys are following the stock too, It's basically been ripping. I think it's up 100%. I think around 100% from 50 to 90. Let me look at the chart right now, but it is pretty overdone just because I think this was just because all of the institutional funds listing Coinbase as their surveillance partner for filing the ETF. And actually, Coinbase is up more than 100%. It went from $50, and after the Ripple news, it's up to 107. And so basically a double. So it would make sense that some of these executives are selling the Coinbase stock, but it also means that they think it's overvalued. So if you guys hold some coin stock, I would advise that you guys be careful with that, and maybe it'd be a good time to sell right now. And all right, and as always, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the chat, and we always make these sessions interactive. So if you guys have any burning questions, leave it in the chat, and we'll get to that as well. Hey Nam, how you doing?
Hey, now.
All right, give me a second here. All right. All right. So now we're gonna be talking